Hi, Sarah Banas here. Simply Sarah Made Easy. I've got something really neat to show you today. Today we are going to make gift tags using the Cricut foil tool set. So this is a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this. Um, like I said, we're going to start out with making the gift tags, but you can make cards and you can make banners and just all kinds of stuff. It's just a really fun, neat tool to use. So what I have done, I've started out, let's get rid of some of this stuff. Let's get rid of this. Let me just say, if this is of interest to you or helpful, like the video, that helps me out a lot. But also subscribe to my channel. You'll get notification when the new videos come out, probably once or twice a week. Just lots of fun ways to use your machines and your materials and learn how to design for yourself. So make sure you do subscribe. You'll get notification. Let's get rid of this. One other thing real quick, join us on Facebook. I'm going to link in the video description everything we use here, but I'll also link, I'm going to link we have a ton of very large Cricut, silhouette, sublimation, all kinds of different Facebook groups for different crafts. So I'm going to link Cricut for Beginners. It's about almost 800,000 members, super friendly, super helpful. You'll fit right in. So join us there. I'll link that in the video description. Okay, so what I have here, I have uploaded these 3 sets and these 2, okay? So when you upload foil quill designs, often they will come in filled like this, okay? So I'm going to show you how you change that into being just the outline for the foil quill, okay? So when you select it, and then when you go to your operation type, it's uploading as a basic cut. You're going to click on that, and then you'll go to foil. And you see how that changes it to being just the foil tool outline? Okay, so that's simple enough. And that's going to be the same exact thing with these. Okay, so go to foil, and that's going to change it to being just the outline. Okay, and that's often going to be the case when you're dealing with these foil tool or single line designs. Now, when you are looking for designs to upload, to use for these, for pen functions or for the foiling function, you want single line designs. Regular designs are going to draw a bubble, so it'll draw either side of the line as if it were cutting. These designs are specifically made to be a single line, and it'll just draw that single line. So that's really important when you're looking for these type of designs that you specifically search out single line or foil designs. I'm going to link in the video description where I got all of these. There's tons of different options there for holidays and for all kinds of different projects. So I'm going to go back because we're going to do something with this. I want to make this a solid again. Because what we're going to do for ours, with that selected, I'm going to go to offset right here. And then I'm going to offset it by just a little bit. I'm going to offset it by about that 0.083, okay? And I'm going to offset that, and then I'm going to offset this one. Okay? And now what I'm going to do is, because what we're going to do, we're going to foil on the inside of that. So now let me select this, and let me change that to foil. Now, I want to show you something. We are going to be doing this on on my Joy Xtra. You can foil on any of the Cricut machines, whether it be the Joy, the Xtra, any of the Explorer machines, the Maker machines, the Venture, all of them can foil. With the Xtra and with because there's 2 different foil kits, and I'll link both in the video description. There's one foil kit that will fit the Joy and the Joy Xtra, and then there is another foil kit that will fit the Explore, Maker, and Venture series. Okay, the one for the Xtra and the Joy, that one has a single tip. Okay, so you can see when we change this to foil, it doesn't bring anything additional up. But if I change my machine to Maker, now when I go into foil, it'll give me 3 options. So the kit for the Joy and the Joy Xtra, it only comes with 1 tip size. The one for the Maker, Explore, and Venture, That one has 3 separate tip sizes. It's very simple to change out the tip sizes. I'll show you that when we go to put in the, even though we're doing it in the Xtra, I'll have to put the tip into that one, and it's going to be the same. Just the Maker, Explore, and Venture series will come with 3 separate tip sizes. Okay, but again, we're going to switch it back over to the Xtra just because that happens to be the machine that I have down here with me. So let's go back to Xtra. Excuse me. Okay, so now this is what we want to do. This I'm going to make a gift tag. So I want this to have a punch out. Okay, so I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this over to the side. And I'm going to move this over to the side. And I'm going to just a little circle punch out so that I can put the twine through it. So I'm going to take a circle. And I'll make that white so it's easier to see. A little bit smaller. There we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna duplicate that. I'll put this one right here. And then I'm gonna select those, the circle and the shape. And I'm going to go up here on top to align, and I'm going to align that vertically. Now, with both of those still selected, I'm going to go over here to slice, and I'm going to slice that circle out. Get rid of both of these. Now that one's ready, and this, I'm going to put right about right there. Select both. Align, center vertically, and then slice again. Okay, get rid of both of these. Okay, so now here are our 2 base units. And then we'll take this. You can see how that's behind there now. Do you see how you can't see it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, and then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to send that to the back. And see how it's now our foil is the front layer, and this is the back layer. I'm going to do the same thing with this because that's also going to be in the front. So I'm going to send that to the back. And now this layer will be in the front. So what you want to do, I want to select both of these, and I want to align. And I want to center them. Okay, same thing with this. Select both of them and align, center. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to determine where I'm going to put my text on here and what I'm going to add. This is a cute little set. This set is, you can see these are all separate layers, so that means that I can ungroup them and I can use each one individually. Okay, so let's determine what we're going to do here. Let's talk first about the text, the to and the from. So the to and the from, when you're dealing with text work and when you're dealing with foil or with pens, it's the same thing where it needs to be single line fonts. Now, when you're dealing with external fonts that you've installed on your system, oftentimes they'll be called single line, but they won't be true single line fonts. When I'm dealing with single line fonts, I almost exclusively use Cricut's fonts that are on their cloud, just because you know that those are going to be good quality single line fonts. So I'm going to click on this, on our font selector. I'm going to click Cricut, and then I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to click on writing. Okay, so now, oops, that wasn't what I wanted. So have writing selected. So now I'm going to scroll down to here, and I think that this is a good option. Well, that's a little bit close together. Let's see here. This is a good, that's a pretty font for the to and from. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and you can see how that's single line, and I'm going to change this text to 2. And then I'm going to duplicate that. Oops, that wasn't what we wanted at all. I don't know why that happens. That happens sometimes, and I don't know why. Let's try that again. Oh, I bet that's why I ungrouped it. That's funny. That's why it happens sometimes. Okay, so go ahead and duplicate that, and now change this one to from. And of course, these are going to need to be smaller, so I'm going to select both, and I'm going to reduce the size down. And I'm going to want these to be the front layer. It looks like they already are. So let's duplicate this now because I'll need one for both of the designs. So we'll duplicate that and then take these two over here. Okay, so now we're going to go to, I am going to change the color of this just so that I can see it better. Okay, so that's to and from. And then I'm going to, so to select both of these without selecting everything else around it, I'm on a Windows PC, at least this is how you do it. With that one selected, click on Shift, and then select that, and that's just going to select those two. And I'm going to go up to Align, and I'm going to align it left. And I'm going to move this right about right there. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to group these together just for 1 second. I'm going to group those together because what I'm going to do is I'm going to select and I'm going to align just so I have it perfectly. There we go. That looks nice. That's going to look really, really nice. And actually, just to avoid having to do it again, I'm just going to take this set and I'm going to duplicate that. And, oops, did I do the same exact thing again? I think I did. Oh my goodness. Okay, so duplicate. That is what I did. Okay, so go ahead and take this over here, and I'm going to select these two, and I'm going to align vertically. And now I can get rid of this, and I can get rid of this. Okay, so now what we're going to do, now we're going to decorate these, right? So I think for this one, I think what I'm actually going to do here, I think I'm going to drop this down some. Drop this down to right about there. Let's see if that gives us enough space for this. So I want this to be the front layer, bring to front. Okay, and then let's make this one a little bit smaller. Okay, so that is that. So now, just because I'm going to want this to match up perfectly, and I think that I can get it perfect. Yeah, I'm going to increase the size of this just so that I can look at it a little bit better and make sure that my two ends, and they are. Okay, so that's that one. I think we'll get rid of this. I think I'll leave that like that. And then, oh, oops. So I already ungrouped this, okay? So this was one solid group. So now you can see that this actually moves off of there. Each of those pieces can be individually dealt with, but that's not what I want to do. I want to take this whole piece, and I'm going to change that to foil. And I'm going to attach that, right? So not duplicate, not group. Where is my attach? Combine. No, that's not attach. Why do I not have attach? Okay, that's okay. So let's go ahead and, oh, there's attach. Okay, that's better. And now I'm going to take this and I can put this one. Oh, that is gonna be cute. I am gonna take this though, and I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller just because we're gonna end up with not enough space to design on if I don't. Let's see here. I think I do want one more. So I'm gonna select, and do I want that one or this one? I think I want the same one because I want to keep them. I don't want to make them any smaller, I don't think. Here, let me just see real quick. If I bring this one to front and then switch that to the foil and then attach, let me just see how that looks because I don't want to change the size of it. I want them to, because otherwise oh, you know what? That's actually really cute. I think I can change the size of that just by the tiniest little bit, just so that I'm not touching the bottom here. I think that's actually really cute. Let me move that over just a little bit. That is super, super cute. That's going to be beautiful. Okay, so now we can get rid of all of these. All right, so now this is what we have. So let me just increase the size of this and make sure that, same thing, see how it's not quite touching the top? I want to make sure that that is touching the top, where it's touching this top line, so there's no gap there. Okay, and now I'm going to select all of this, and I'm gonna decrease that back down. So now this to and from, I'm not loving that. So let me just see here. Yeah, I mean, that's okay, but the names are going to have to, like, you do the 2 there and then the name underneath, and I'm not absolutely loving that. So let's just take this, let's ungroup this. Let's see if we can maybe do this one a little bit differently. And then our 2, yeah, so this is what I'm going to do with this one. So then the name will automatically go here and here for this so that it doesn't look awkward. So I'm going to select both of these again using selecting the first and then shift and selecting the second. And then, let's see here. I think that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to attach these. Now let's put the names in, because I want the foil to we're going to do this on black, and I could then go back with an opaque pen and write in the names so that you can see it on the black. But I think I want to have the foil quill just write the names also. So let's select another writing font and put the names in. Okay, let's select this one. Oh, did it bring it up? I might not have given it enough time to... Or did I? Is that it right there? Oh, there it is, yeah. Okay. So let's do from Aunt Sarah to Siobhan. Okay. All right, so let's take both of these and we'll move up. Okay, and then I'm going to switch both of these to being that same color. Let's make sure our outside line is also, oops. Let's make sure our frame is also selected. No, see, that's selected to gold. We want it to be the same color. Oh, you know, I wonder, let's see. Because this was allowing me to do tawny on that, and I bet that was a pen. Okay, so gold. We want all of these to be set to the same color. Okay, so that's why. So we're going to change that to foil, and then we'll change that. That'll be gold, and that's what we want. We want all of these to be foil, gold. You just want them all to match. So foil, gold, and this should also be foil gold already. Let's see here. That's that frame. foil, and gold. Yep, so those are all set to foil gold. These ones are not, so we need to select these, foil, gold. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to reduce the size of these. Actually, I can probably do it a little bit bigger. I do it just, that might be a little bit too big. Yeah, it's a little bit too big. So, to Siobhan. Too big still, that's okay. We'll take this down and we'll reduce that size a little bit. To Siobhan from Aunt Sarah. Still a little bit too big, sorry about that. Okay, select, we actually need to duplicate this anyways. Duplicate, and we'll take our set for over here. Oops. Okay, now this should work. To Siobhan from Aunt Sarah. Do I want that lined up? I don't think that I do. But you still want it to have some kind of symmetry to, I don't know if symmetry is the right word, but I'm going to center these two just because I don't want it to be just kind of random on there. So I'm going to center those. Okay. All right. So now let's see here. I wish I had like a holly or something to put right here. Let me just see if I can find in Cricut real quick a holly foil or single line design. So if I go into images and then I go to holly, and then I go to, and this is how you're going to locate your single line designs on here. So operation type, you would go to, let's see here, cut and draw. So let's just see. So let's just see if we can find one. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so add that to canvas. Okay, and I only need, so I'm going to ungroup these. And I don't need that offset, so I can get rid of the offset. I just need these, and I want it all to be the same. So I'm going to do pen, I'm going to do foil, that's set to the gold. I am going to flip this horizontally, vertically. Okay, and then I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to put it at an angle just a little bit. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And I'm going to put that right there. So that's super cute. Okay, and then let's just add our text here real quick to Siobhan. Oh, this is going to be too tight. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to have to make that smaller. That's the only way that's going to work. But again, it's just part of the process, right? So let's make this small. Aunt Sarah, will that fit now? Yep, that should fit. Aunt Sarah to Siobhan. Okay. All right. So now you have both of your cards set up. What you're going to do is you're going to select all of this and you're going to go to attach. Okay. And now it's going to know how to write all of this out and then cut the outside edges. Okay. So do the same thing with this. Select all of it and attach. And now you want to resize these. So I'm going to say, just for the sake of this, I'm going to make these 3 inches wide. I'll make this one 3 inches wide. Okay, so now we are all set to go. So now what we're going to do, we're going to send this over to the machine. I'll bring you over to my workspace and I'll show you how to set up the mat so that you have your cardstock and you have your foil ready to go. And then I'll show you how to load the tool into the machine and we'll get this made. Actually, before we go over to my workspace, let me show you how to set up the mat portion of it in Design Space as well. So these are ready to go. Let's click Make up here in the upper right-hand corner. And now what we're going to do, so we're going to do this on mat, confirm. And I'm going to take these and I'm trying to think what the size. Give me just 1 second. Let me look at the size of the sheets. Don't think it says here on the box. Let me open it up and take a look. Because if I can fit 2 on 1 sheet, I will do that. You know what I'm going to do? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put them separately. And then I'll cut the sheet if I have to. So I'm going to put one on this side of the mat, and I'm going to put one on this side of the mat. So just like that. Move that up just a little tiny bit. So down just a little bit. Okay, so just like that. Now I'm ready to go, and I'm going to click Continue. And this cardstock is 65 pound that we're using, so light cardstock. It's telling me to move the star wheels over, and we'll do that when we get over to the machine. Leave it on default pressure. If you ever have any issues with the foil ripping, you can drop this down to less. I'm going to leave it on default. Okay, and it's going to tell us to load the foil tool into the clamp. We'll do that when we get over to the machine. Okay, so we're all set. So now let's go ahead. We'll go over to the machine and we'll get this all loaded up. Okay, so you can see that I have already loaded my cardstock onto the mat. This is 65 pound Recollections brand cardstock. This is what I use almost exclusively. I do use some Cricut cardstock as well. For gift tags, this is what I use. So it's a very good quality, non-porous, so it doesn't leave a mess on your mat. It's just a great cardstock. I'll link this in the video description. You can get it at both Michael's and on Amazon. Michael's, you can catch it on sale quite a bit, but Amazon's a little bit more convenient, so I'll link both. Okay, and then we're going to need this. This is our foil quilt kit. This is the one for the Joy. I'll link both the one for the Joy and the one for the Maker, Explore, and Venture series, both of them in the video description. So when we open it, we have a couple of things. Okay, so we have, this is the actual foil mechanism and the bit. Instructions. This is the foil, and I'm going to make the recommendation that right away you cut off this, that sticky part, so it doesn't get stuck on your foil. Pull this right out, okay? And this is what you have. We're going to use a sheet of the gold, and then you have the tape, okay? So we'll use those 2 pieces. Put this over here. Okay, and then, so I should have gone ahead. I think I could have gone ahead and put these so that I was, had them stacked so I didn't have to cut this, but I did not. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this in half. And then I put one on one side of the mat, one on the other side. You want your, the gold, whatever color you're using, you want that up. So, and then if you're using the silver, you can see that that's like the matte side, and then that's the shiny side. You want the shiny side up. So this is the tape. I want to make sure that's all the way at the top. Oops. That wasn't a great job. And if it's a, oops, if it's a little wrinkled, that's not a problem, but you don't want it like super wrinkled. That might have been just a little bit too wrinkled. Like that, and then same thing on this side. Oops, that's okay. I'm going to take another piece. I don't want to tear that off there because I got enough of it on there that I don't want to tear this up. I'll just take another piece, and these are reusable, so that's fine. And then just like that. I might have gotten that a little bit far down because you don't want that to have to press on top of this. You want it just on top of the, I am going to take that down a little bit. You don't want, hopefully this doesn't tear it up too much. There we go. Oh, good. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we're all set. I'm going to load this into the machine. I'm going to take you so that you can see loading into the machine, and we will get this made. So the first thing we need to do is we need to open this up and take these two pieces. And I'm going to take this so that the, get that into focus. So you can see, having trouble getting it to focus. You can see that, well, you'll see there's a sharp side and there's a flat side. The flat side is what you're putting into here. So you push down on this little lever, okay? And then you'll feel it like magnetic almost. And you can see that like sharp side, right? So now we're gonna open up this, take our blade out. That's our blade, take that out. We'll drop the foil tool in, close that. It's all ready to go. Oops, you know, I'm gonna move this back just a little bit so it doesn't hit the wall. Okay, load our mat in. And now once it reads this, I'm gonna have to go back over to my laptop. Oops, still a little bit too close. Once it reads this, I'm going to have to go back over my laptop now, and I'm going to click go. And now it's going to go ahead and it's going to suck it in, and it's going to foil it. So I'm going to go ahead, I don't want you to have to sit here and watch the entire foiling process. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to skip to the end of this. I will cut all this part out so you don't have to sit here and watch the entire thing. And then I'll cut to when the foil part is done. We'll take the foil off and then we'll reinsert the blade and then we'll let it cut out the outside and cut out the holes. I just want to quick give you a top view so that you can see what it is doing. So you can see that it's just pressing it in. That was our holly that we added. And it'll go back and forth and it'll get both of these done. Okay, so it is all done foiling. And now what we're going to do, we're going to follow the on-screen prompts. We're not going to eject the mat. What it says is it says remove used gold foil. And then it says load fine point blade in clamp. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this off of here carefully. Get a little peek at what it looks like underneath here. It's going to be very pretty. That's that. And this is just going to get thrown away, so you don't have to be careful with that. That is very, very, very pretty. Very pretty. Okay. So this is garbage. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this out of here. And we're going to load our fine point blade back in. Close that. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the laptop and I'm going to click go. And now what it's going to do is now it's going to go ahead and cut out the outside. First it's going to cut out those two little circles. And now it's going to cut out the very outside. I am removing this from here, so pushing down in the plunger and removing my tip, and then I'm putting it right back into the plastic so that next time I go to use it, it's nice and organized and where it belongs. So this is done now. I'm going to go to my laptop and I'm going to click unload. And now this is going to come right off of here. And now these are going to be all set. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's actually take you to a top view and I'll show you how to remove these without curling them. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is wait until you see these up close. It's so pretty. It's super sparkly. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off and I'm going to try to do this without stripping this because I don't want to waste this piece of cardstock. The best way to do that is to, instead of peeling, because that'll curl it, lift. So kind of tip your mat away and then just lift. And that will give you the best chance of not destroying. So it's a little bit peeled, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to put that to the side. And now we're going to take these off of here. And these are so, so pretty. See how sparkly that is? So we're going to take this off of here. Again, tipping. So you can see I'm tipping the mat away so that I'm not peeling it up. I'm tipping the mat away, getting my finger underneath there, and then I'm just kind of lifting it. Oh man, that is so, so pretty. Super, super sparkly. Super duper pretty. So that's one. And this is the other one. Okay, curl that a little bit. I went a little bit too fast on that. And then if you're still with me, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to add the cording onto here. So that's really easy. Let me just get these off of here so that next time I go to use my mat, don't have little dots on there. Cover back on. And then I'll put this to the side. So this is the twine that I like to use. It's got a little bit of like metallic in it. Okay, so I'm going to cut this in half so that I have two. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to kind of get it like that. And I'm going to take it through there. But what I'm going to do, oops, what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop it through twice. So I'm going to take it through there like that. I could have made this hole just a little bit bigger. Just twist that just a little bit. Okay, yeah, I could have made this hole just a little bit bigger, but that's okay. So I'm going to loop that through there twice. So you can see that I kind of made a loop where it's through like that. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed that loop, the two ends through that loop, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to tie that tight like that. And then if you want, you can string a bead on there. That's really pretty. But then you take and you top knot this and then cut it nice and even. And then you can kind of fray this out so that you get that nice, like loose look on the end. You know what I mean? Like that. So kind of fray that out a little bit. And that's it. And that is all there is to putting your cording on there. And that is a super, I want to just show you how sparkly that is. It is so, so pretty. And that's it. That's all there is to using the foil tool. Well, in videos moving forward, we'll use it on cards and we'll use it on banners and wall hangings. And there's just so much you can do with it. The foil tool is a lot of fun. So if the video was helpful or you enjoyed it, like the video. That helps me out a lot. But also make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll link everything that I've used in the video description. I'm going to link the Facebook group. Make sure you join us there. Like I said, it's one of the largest, if not the largest, independent Cricut groups on Facebook. Super friendly, super helpful. You'll fit right in. So join us there. I'll link that in the video description. And that's it. I hope you have a great day. Bye.